August 12th, 2025. Halfcast 591, episode 591. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. Shall we? 12-year-old girl struck by sex toy thrown at WNBA game in Brooklyn.
Police are looking for a man who threw a sex toy during a WNBA game that hit a 12-year-old girl in the leg. Police released this video of the suspect. The actual incident happened last week at the Liberty game in New York, and just the latest instance of people throwing sex toys at players on the court, etc. We told you about this last week. At least 2 people have been arrested in connection with similar things in Georgia and Arizona. Just cut it out, folks.
People sure know how to ruin a good thing. Now, the little girl was a very unfortunate casualty. I don't want to see anything like that happen. I'm pretty sure nobody else wanted to see anything like that happen. But let me be honest with you for a second. Each and every time I've seen a video of one of those neon green dildos smacking the hardwood floor and taking a Lambo bounce to everyone's horror, I laugh my ass off. I know I'm part of the problem. I like seeing people's reaction. I love seeing Sophie Cunningham flamingo step out of the way. I like seeing that ref hold the dildo like it's a smoking murder weapon with a towel so she doesn't get her fingerprints on it to taint the chain of custody. New York police on Monday were looking for a man who threw a sex toy during a WNBA game, striking a girl in attendance, officials said. Did the NYPD ever find Stephen Blassetti, the naked man who escaped the hospital while one of their officers slept? How are you going to find a dildo-tossing miscreant if you can't even find a naked bum on a boat? The NYPD on Friday released a photo and a short video clip of a man wearing a Beavis and Butthead t-shirt and an Ohio State cap. What an interesting outfit at the New York Liberty Dallas Wings game last week at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Police said during Tuesday's game, an unidentified individual threw an object which struck a 12-year-old female victim in the right leg. Not cool. I don't think anyone would risk getting caught on camera buying these out of a physical store. They have to be ordering them online. Who's keeping neon green dildos in stock? Some 50-year-old incel in his mom's basement down in Intercourse, Pennsylvania, spent half his savings on neon green dildos 5 years ago. His girlfriend left him. His friends were laughing at him, but they didn't see the vision. Now they're literally flying off the shelves. The search continued Monday, and a Liberty rep said the team is cooperating with police. They are not going to find this guy. All we can share right now is that there is an ongoing investigation and that we are cooperating with law enforcement, a team spokesperson said. So this is going to take priority over everything else, like subway pushings and murders and all that. Yeah, right. Good luck. The incident in Brooklyn was the most recent example of someone throwing sex toys toward NBA players over the past 2 weeks. The episode started July 29th when a sex toy landed on the floor of a Golden State Valkyries game against the Atlanta Dream in College Park, Georgia. There have been similar incidents in Phoenix, Chicago, and Los Angeles. It's like a dick-throwing network. 2 men have been arrested in connection with the incidents in Georgia and Phoenix. The safety of everyone in our arenas remains a top priority, a WNBA spokesperson said. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear your opinions on this, but let me say this in closing. These sexual appendages are not meant to be thrown through the air. This is not like spear chucking in the Serengeti. They're not designed to be aerodynamic. They are melee weapons at best, maybe thrusting, but they are definitely not projectiles. Wisconsin hit woman who traveled overseas to kill delivered chilling message to target's dad.
Sikandar Ali was getting back to a home he shares with his father. Amy Betro had been waiting in this parked car for 45 minutes. As he gets out of his car, she approaches pointing a firearm. You won't hear gunshots. That's because the gun doesn't fire. It's jammed, and Ali manages to get away. Betro was working with these two men who have already been jailed for conspiracy to murder. Mohammed Aslam and his son Mohammed Nazir were in a violent business dispute with Ali's family. During a 2.5-week trial, the jury heard Betro had met Nazir on a dating app while she was living in the US.
Oh, it's a love story, kids. You know most men can't even get a ham sandwich and a shot of E&J after sex, but this Midwestern candy yam sweetheart here flew out 4,000 miles, probably paid her own money, not to see what he could do for her, but to eliminate his ops. It's heartwarming. It's a feel-good story. I mean, I know she failed miserably, but it's a testament to how far she would go for. Well, they're not married, but damn it, ladies, sometimes you got to get in on the ground floor. The unexceptional Wisconsin woman, this is why I like People magazine, convicted this week of traveling overseas to murder a man on behalf of her lover. It's inspirational, ladies. Delivered chilling messages to the man's dad, whom authorities believe was also a target. I believe her instructions were to, if you can't get the son, get the father, get somebody in the house, as long as you get somebody. Amy Betro, 44, it's kind of ironic that the first 3 letters in her name is AIM and she didn't hit a damn thing. Attempted to assassinate Sikandar Ali at point blank range outside his home in Birmingham, England in August 2019, but failed when her gun jammed. She later returned to the scene and fired at the Ali home several times, causing extensive damage before fleeing the scene in a taxi.
It's a brazen attempt. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of effort to avoid detection. I think she fell foul of a really slick, dynamic law enforcement operation over here. I don't know whether that was her perspective from America, that's how we operate, but zero tolerance around firearms criminality on these shores.
Did you hear this British twat in his un-American accent? Ill. Talking about some, I don't know if she thought this was America, but our law enforcement over here isn't soft. You know what? She came the first time, y'all were nowhere to be found. She actually figured out how to unjam the gun and came back a second time. Y'all still were nowhere to be found. This was all due to her own incompetence. Y'all had no part in this. Matter of fact, let her do her prison time over there in the UK. Let her slay dragons and pick the king's feet, whatever the hell you do for punishment over there across the pond. Then send her to Armenia. We don't even want her on American soil. Got us catching international strays. Betro, an otherwise unassuming woman from West Dallas, Wisconsin, without a significant criminal footprint, traveled to the UK posing as a tourist before heading north to meet with Mohammed Nazir. She's from Wisconsin. A tourist is far too simple. She should have told him she was an authorized Tupperware dealer. She sells casseroles door to door or matching drapes, doilies, and lampshades. Be creative. You're from Wisconsin. Her lover, whom she met on a dating app. Nazir had recruited Betro to assassinate Ali's father or a member of his family. Yeah, they told her, if you can't get the son, get the father, get anybody in the house. As revenge after a fight at the father's clothing store the year prior left him and his dad, Mohammed Aslam, injured and their families feuding, per West Midlands police. I don't know, Amy, it sounds like your lover is a pussy that got his ass kicked last year and since then has been searching for some dumb broad, respectfully, to spin the block for him. After meeting up with Nazir, Betro purchased a burner phone and a Mercedes as a getaway car using the alias Becky Booth. Per the Crown Prosecution Service, late on September 7th, she drove the Mercedes to the cul-de-sac and lay in wait for about 45 minutes before Ali showed up in his own vehicle. She could be seen on CCTV there everywhere, even in the UK, getting out of the vehicle, gun in hand, and attempting to fire at Ali from point-blank range, but the weapon jammed, allowing Ali to get back into his car and escape. I don't know if you want to call it divine intervention or good luck or just sheer incompetence on her part. She had him dead to rights. But I'll tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't this Thomas's English muffin of a detective that's sitting up there acting like he saved something. The only reason these two people are alive today is for reasons that have absolutely nothing to do with you. So you can relax, sir. You're no James Bond, and you're definitely no Sherlock Holmes. Ali smashed into the Mercedes door as he fled. I hope she got the insurance, leaving a dent that allowed investigators to match the vehicle with one Betro was seen driving earlier, per the CPS. After the second shooting at the Ali residence, I'm telling you, she came back and didn't meet law enforcement there. There was no investigation going on. There wasn't even a cop going door to door asking questions if they seen anything. She was just free to come back and try a second time, which damaged the home. Betro fled the country, but her DNA was found on a glove recovered from the Mercedes. Nazir and Aslam were each convicted on conspiracy to murder charges last year, receiving sentences of 32 and 10 years respectively. Betro, meanwhile, was hiding out in Armenia as a fugitive from the law for 5 years. She ran like she really killed somebody until she was tracked down by a Daily Mail reporter who tipped off police to her whereabouts. She was extradited back to the UK soon after. Betro is scheduled to be sentenced on July 21st. A journalist from the Daily Mail, not the Times or the Guardian, the TMZ of UK newspapers. And if this is to be believed, I have no reason not to believe it, then that means that law enforcement did not play as much of a role in her capture as the way Captain Britain was just sitting up here trying to flex like he did. Fun show, fun show, fun show. The music for this episode is from Iman Beats. Get your music from Iman Beats. I'll leave the contact information down here at the bottom. If you're a producer and you would like to have your music featured on an episode of this podcast, reach out to me on any one of my socials. I'll leave the information up top. Don't forget to follow me on my socials. Find me wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. I am there. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Jusqu'à la prochaine fois. I don't know, Amy. It sounds like your lover is a pussy that got his ass kicked last year and has been searching for some dumb broad, respectfully, to spin the block for him.